Afternoon, everyone. I haven't been down to the plot for a couple of weeks because there's not a lot to do, to be fair. There's a few bits to harvest. I've got some kale and some swede. Still waiting for the cauliflower to start flowering up in the middle. So we'll have a quick look round and see what there is to do. So like I said, there's not a lot to do, but I thought I'd come down and have a quick look after the snow and see what's happening. So we've got some of this flower, which I forget the name of it. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what it's called. So it's not frost hardy, it's a kind of a green manure, but the bees loved it, so I left it until kind of, well, I thought the frost would come and kill it anyway. So I'll remove all that and have a little tidy up there. I'm going to harvest a bit of kale as well. That's always a nice thing to do when I pop down to the plot. And there's a bit of spinach as well, but I'll take a little bit of that. That's literally coming to the end now though, so not much more to take on there. I'm going to leave these brassicas in this section here just for the birds to nibble at throughout the winter. Don't think it'll do any harm to just leave them in there. I don't think I'll get any more broccoli off it. Might get maybe a teeny tiny shoot, but I think that's pretty much done, so I'll just leave it for the birds to nibble on now and they can eat the leaves off it. What else we got going on? So this is the onion and shallots doing really well. I thought they'd be a bit damaged from the snow, but they seem to be okay. I didn't come down, so I don't really know how deep it was. And the garlic on this side I just covered over with a layer of mulch just in case. So there's the garlic covered up there. I'll have a little dig through and see if the shoots are okay underneath there. What else we got going on? Oh, my great pea experiment. The cover has blown off there and the peas are slightly frost damaged. There's a few of them that are just a bit wilty, as you can see there. So I don't think they're going to do much. Quite a few of them are wilty. So I don't know whether it's worth bothering to put the cover on or just pick them and eat the shoots. I think I might do that. Saves wasting them. All these stumps that I left in as well, they've got frost damage on them, so that's good. So they're squidgying up, ready for the worms to take down. We've got some kohlrabi maturing as well underneath there. They're all a bit distorted though, these kohlrabi, because I planted them far too close together, so it's my own fault. And I looked at Charles Dowding's and his are like the size of footballs and mine are the size of golf balls, so it serves me right. This is I can't remember what this was. What's it called? Radicchio or something. I don't really know. I thought it was supposed to heart up like this section and go red, but it's not really doing much, to be fair. Maybe I should just harvest the small ones. I don't really know, but it looks like it's got a bit of frost damage as well. But it's something in the ground anyway, so I'll leave it in. And then these are the cauliflowers. I'll lift the net in a sec and we'll have a quick look underneath and see if we've got any little buds forming in the centre. Have a look under a couple of these. No, still not, no little cauliflowers on them yet. It's still just leaves in the centre. Let's look at that one. Yeah, it's just leaves. So that's not ready yet. I'll cover them back up. I think they'll be okay through the winter. I think these were all year round variety. This should be okay. They seem to be okay after that. We've had -4 here, so, and they're doing all right. Yeah, so we'll leave them as is. Snippity snip. Let's get this up. Just put it straight on the compost bin. It's nice and easy. I love kale. I really love it. It's a bit damaged actually. I think the weight of the snow has crushed some of these, and I think the birds have had a little nibble as well. I think they've been sitting on the branches and breaking the lower ones and then chewing the tops off. Yeah, probably a big fat pigeon. I think I might throw a net over these actually, because they're taking all the new buds off. I'll throw a net over the kale and they can have the broccoli. That's a fair swap actually. So I harvested some swede the other couple of weeks ago, I think, before the frost hit. But they're meant to be nice and sweet after you've had a frost as well. So I'm going to pick a couple more today and then compare the taste to see if they are a little bit better. I know it's the same for parsnips, but I did hear it is the same for swede as well. I think it breaks down the sugars and stuff in the breaks down the starches to sugars or something. So I'm going to pick a nice big fat one, I think. These are the carrots that I sowed late as well. They're not really going to amount to much now, apart from probably give me carrot fly if they've not already been infested. I might pull them up now as well. So I did an experimental row across here, but I think it was just too late and I forgot to protect them with fleece, so I'm going to pull them up as well. There's a tiny little carrot on there. Have they got carrot root fly? Yes, they've got carrot root fly larvae in there. So this method doesn't work. So what this was, if you don't remember, you sow carrots in a row and then you walk along the row when they germinate and crush the little seedlings back into the ground, and that is supposed to stop carrot fly. I think it must have been a myth because it hasn't worked at all. Oh well, we try these things, don't we? It's all part of the fun. So like I say, there's not a lot going on down here at the moment. It's all fairly quiet, not a lot growing. Next winter I hope to have a bit more growing. So I'll be starting a little bit earlier, well, a lot earlier, because I didn't get this plot till July, so I'll have a lot more winter bits and bobs in for next year. I've got lots growing at home, so if you've got a spare 5 minutes, we'll pop back and I'll show you what's going on in my greenhouse before I eventually kill that as well. Still got me a Swede though. So my lovely next door neighbour let me pop some bits and bobs in her greenhouse. So I've got mint and peas, sweet peas, broad beans and a flower which I forgot the name of. I've been using the pot heater method to try and take the chill off in here. It's worked okay for like the hardy stuff like the broad beans and the peas and things like that, but I had some cosmos that I had in a pot that just like self-seeded really late, and I thought, well, I'll put these in here and see whether they survive or not, and no, they didn't survive. So let me just show you. There we go. So these are the hardy bits and bobs that are okay in the greenhouse, and this is the cosmos. So yeah, they've just died. They're definitely not hardy at all. But now I know. I've never had a greenhouse, never done any overwintering stuff before, so now I know. The mint is fine, so that's good. Apparently it dies down for the winter and comes back anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that little bare one over there, so I'll just leave it and see what happens. And then this is the heater that I've been using as well. So you use a candle, so you've got 2 pots under here. You've probably seen this before. So I'll show you what I've got set up. Oh, my candle's gone out by the looks. Marvellous. So basically you put a candle down there like that. You put a pot over the top. And then you put some stones over it like that. I did read somewhere that you put a coin over it, but I think that smothered the flame, so I'm not going to do that again because the first candle I did burnt down okay. And then you just pop that one over the top as well, like that. So then you've got like a double layer and the heat just radiates out from there. I wonder if that's why the Cosmos died, because the heater wasn't on, because the candle died down. Oh well, never mind. Right, I'll show you what I've got in my little glass house now. Here's my little glass house, full to the brim of stuff. I also use a little candle in here as well, with a plant pot over the top of it. And everything in here seems to be okay so far. All of this stuff is kind of hardy stuff or stuff that said to sow in autumn as well. So I'm hoping that I can get it through. There's some cauliflower and some radish and some cabbage there. Let's have a quick peek in here. There we go. Look how well all this is doing. I've even got some carrots over there in the polystyrene tubs and a few other bits and bobs. I've tried a geranium outside as well with the plant pot, so they're surviving so far, so I'm happy about that. Got lots of herbs and peas and bits and bobs, poppies and stuff at the back, little seedlings. So yeah, everything survived so far. And all I've got in here is a plant pot with a candle underneath it, and I put a 50p on. Let's see if the candle went out on there. Yes, it looks like it did. So don't put a coin over the hole because it smothers the flames. So that's it from me today. A short video, quick visit to the plot and a quick gander at what I've got at home. The experiments, some of them are working and some of them are not. So it's all about trial and error. I'd love to hear your experiments and what you're trialing. So pop a note in the comments below. Give me some inspiration for next year. But that's all from me today. I better let the dogs out. He's shouting at me. Can you see him there? He wants to come outside and play. So I better go. Take care. Bye bye.